Hello, this is Lee, and I'm not streaming this because, first of all, I don't know whether people still want to see a stream, especially of this. I don't even know what this is. I thought this was a collection of, like, several or, like, many things, but it seems like there's only two things, and I don't think this one is an important thing. It sounds ridiculous. But I just wanted to have something that I can also remember about my experience. Because all my streams are deleted now. And I thought maybe I should record one thing to look back on. Because I still like checking out my awful old Let's Plays. So let's jump into whatever this is. Oh yeah, should I do voice acting? Oh, this has actually all characters. I don't know how long this will be. Is this like a full episode? I thought those were short. I will do voice acting. Maybe this is... the music is... it shouldn't be too loud. I will just be loud as well. I'll make the ending just a little stylish here. I'm done. It's finished. I finally completed it. The script for the play Saku asked me to write. 1 day of planning, 1 day of writing, 1 day for the final draft, a total of 3 days and nights spent to produce this masterpiece. Hey Jesse, how do you come up with the song lyrics you're always writing? It's easy. I just take the songs that well up from my heart and carve them into music. Why do you ask? She's pretentious as fuck. So in other words, you take stories that bubble up from your heart and turn them into lyrics? I don't know who's talking, by the way. That's why I gave them a stupid voice. You could say it like that too. In other words, I said the stories gushing from my heart aloft on wings of magic? Music. It's the same thing, really. Right. There are stories in your songs, Jesse. I bet if you wrote a story or something, it'd be amazing. Yeah, maybe. If I wrote a story, I'm sure it would end up being awesome. So what about it? Honestly, I should have given it more thought before I promised anything. It turned out there was going to be a play at next month's culture festival. I had no idea the conversation was going to end in me being asked to write the script with 3 days left before the deadline. It's just that I got caught up in the enthusiasm and atmosphere of the moment. Jessica voice cracks, by the way. Awful. I started thinking to myself, with my heart and good taste, maybe I can do it. Come to think of it, Mom warned me about this, didn't she? You and your father both have a bad habit of getting caught up in the mood of a situation and agreeing to things. You have to be careful. Top-notch Nazi impression. I'm sorry, Mom. Anyway. This was the result of the 3 days and nights of hard labor I brought down onto myself. I finished up the writing late at night and flopped into bed with a thud. Foo-hoo-ah! How do you like this? I slaved over it for 3 days. I worked without sleeping, so my mind is kinda fuzzy. Damn you, Saku. You're gonna pay dearly for this. I forgot her voice for a moment. Mumble, mumble. An inferior service to Discord. It's my first time writing a play script. I'm sure there are some rough spots here and there, but all of my ideas and humor and heart and love and passion, well, I cooked a bunch of things together and mixed in apples and honey at the end, and the result is my big moving masterpiece script. It'll definitely get thunderous applause at the Culture Festival. Now the important question is, do we get to see Kanon in emo jacket again? Who wrote this wonderful script? Oh, that's audience. It was Jesse. Wow, that's amazing. No, it's the truth, but fuhihi. Mumble, mumble. Is it really? Is it really? If you're gonna praise it so much, let me have a look. Huh? Who's that? My head still fuzzy with sleep. I absently turned toward the voice. Cool soundtrack. I know it's from episode 7. Or a variation. It was a young girl I had never seen before, clad in a pink dress. She was standing there munching on popcorn while she read the script I had just finished writing. When she had read it all, she let out a long, delighted cackle. I won't do that again. This is hilarious! No, I'm not doing her justice, wait. This is hilarious. Especially the punchline, that was the best. Kia! Thanks. I forgot her voice again. Mumble, mumble. That's weird. Did I really put in a punchline that would make someone roar with laughter like that? Well, whatever. I don't know who this girl is, but she did praise me. That means the play will definitely become famous. It will definitely, certainly be a huge hit, without a doubt. I read huge tit. That would have been cool too. It'll certainly be a hit, you say? What's her voice? It'll certainly be a hit, you say? You're confident about that, huh? If I wasn't, I wouldn't have started writing it in the first place. Mumble, mumble. Definitely, certainly. Certainly. Definitely, certainly. Very well. This script was written with absolute certainty of its success. Then I, the Witch of Certainty, Lambda Delta Chan-sama, will bestow the magic of certainty upon it. The hell is that? Sounds fishy, mumble mumble. Hey! How dare you call it fishy? The magic I'm casting on this script is really amazing, okay? It's like the script will actually... The childish girl in pink was boasting about something, but my consciousness was fading in and out, and I couldn't understand anything. This might actually be long. I thought they were like 15 minutes each, and they were 20. I don't know where I got that info from. I don't think my throat can do this, but I'll try. In the end, it left me completely, and my soul began to sink into my fluffy feather futon and memory foam pillow. The next morning. As soon as I woke up, I dashed over to the guest house as fast as I could, barely able to control my impatience. Batara was visiting the mansion for the first time in forever, and I wanted to have him read the work I had certain confidence in. So is this a parallel timeline? Or just the weirdest Rokkenjima incident ever? Shannon happened to be there as well, so I took the opportunity to capture her and made both of them read it. Is that Battler? Wow, you wrote a play script, Jessica? Huh. That's awful. You're amazing, my lady. You can do anything. No, not at all. It was my first time, and I only had 3 days, so it was a pretty close fight. Hehe. But in spite of that... What's his voice? But in spite of that, it's a great masterpiece that you have full confidence in. So you want the two of us to read the script and give you our impressions, right? It'd be kinda dry if we just read it. Wouldn't it be better if we actually tried acting it out? I've never done any acting, and man, that's a great idea. Wait, who says that? If you guys actually perform it for me, I can watch and do final check on it too. Oh, that was Shan probably, and this Jessica. Let's do it, Shan and Chan. Or maybe you're uncomfortable being my co-star. No, not at all. I humbly accept your request. And there we were. It was sudden, but the first performance of my script was decided on. With a red pen in one hand, I put on airs of being a scriptwriter. Hey, there's a prince in this. Okay, I'll be the prince then. Then I'll be in charge of the narrator and the princess. Right, let's get this started in here. Your narration is up first, Shan and Chan. Then I'll begin. With that, Shannon walked forward and began to read the narration that marked the beginning of the story. This is a tale. Should I do the entire narration as Shannon? Fuck it, I'll do it. This is a tale of a place deep in the world of fairy tales. In this land there was a country called Rocken Kingdom. Rocken Kingdom is a pretty simplistic name. Oh wait, I thought that was part of the script. Quite Battler, not during the performance. Deep in the mountains of Rocken Kingdom there was a tall tower, and in that tower a princess was imprisoned. Eh? But what's going on? What on earth? As Shannon began to read the narration, the scenery around them began to warp lazily, making a sound like the rumbling of the earth. The scenery outside completely changed to that of a mountain range, and from among the mountains, accompanied by a loud rumble, impossible, a tower was emerging. I'm channeling my inner voice actor right now. Yes, a tower. Not a bamboo shoot, it really was a tower. It was just like something you'd see in a fairy tale illustration, made of stone and giving an impression of dignified strength. Anyway, it was a tower. A tower in the mountains. This is your narration just now that came true? Milady, what on earth is this? That reminds me, last night I sort of remember having a weird dream, something about magic being cast on... Magic, whatever, being cast on my script. No, that's ridiculous. Haha, interesting. Why not? Full points for stage presence. Let's keep going. But my lady, is it alright to keep going? We can't stop now. Being a woman is all about guts. Go ahead, Shannon. Take it away. Yes, my liege. The tower was surrounded by a dense jungle. Whoa, this time a jungle popped up. Awesome, it's awesome. What's next? The jungle was inhabited by a band of monsters who attacked the prince and his men. A band of... wait, what? Rumble, rumble. The low rumbling of ground was gradually growing both louder and closer. The jungle shook and colorful birds cried as they took flight. Ooh-ha! I thought it'd be interesting if there was a climax right away or something like that. That's... in medias res or something? I should know this, but I'm not certain. And I'm gonna wipe out these monsters with no sweat, right? Right? In the script, it says you're attacked by the monsters and met a terrible fate. Well, look, in this situation you'd expect the prince to win. That would be boring, right? She actually writes stories exactly like I do. Like, I think twists are inherently good, even if they are bullshit, so it's kind of my style as well. The prince was gonna meet with that terrible fate as me! And what kind of terrible fate? It doesn't say in the script. While this argument was occurring, the rumbling continued to grow closer. Rumble, rumble, rumble. Yeah. A large herd of goats was plowing through the jungle straight toward us. I say goats, but they weren't running on 4 legs. It said monsters, those dudes do not qualify. They were wearing something like a black tailcoat and running on 2 legs like a person. Every single one of them was excessively muscular and gave off a horrible stench of manly sweat. Hot. But even more frightening than that were... oh, actually I noticed they have, like, it looks like goat masks in this art style, because you see the skin color. That's interesting. Also that they would change that for... I think they changed that for the PS3 sprites. But even more frightening than that were their flaming red eyes and messily drooling mouths. Let's run away! Batara-sama! Ojo-sama! We're gonna get crushed underfoot even before that terrible fate shows up. Come on, Jessica, hurry. I know that. My foot snagged on the root of a suspicious-looking tropical plant. I barely had time to think, ugh, before I had toppled to the ground. Stupid! Jishka! Ojo-sama! The huge herd of goats swarmed toward me, and we were on the verge of swallowing me up. Even if there weren't a whole herd of them, a single one of those huge bodies would probably be enough to crush me as flat as a pancake. They are not huge. I've never heard of a scriptwriter being killed by their own script before. I'm pretty sure there are stories about that. Gya! Yeah. In that moment, a miracle occurred. For some reason, the goats all simultaneously burst open, and for some reason changed into an infinite number of soap bubbles. I was left standing in a fantastical storm of soap bubbles. With the... I'm trying to do popping noises. I was soon covered in a soapy film. What the heckaroni? Joe-sama, are you hurt? But I didn't write anything like that in the script. Wait, who is that? Is that Shannon? In fact, I took the liberty of making some amends. In Shannon's hands, there were the red pen and script I dropped when I fell down. Basically, in a moment of quick-wittedness, she had mended the script so that the goats turned into soap bubbles and disappeared. But it wasn't written there to begin with that she would die. This makes no sense. 0 out of 10. Nice, Shannon-chan. I'm honored that I could be of service. But man, what the hell? We should still be in the guest house, right? But this is totally some kind of jungle, right? It's a tropical fantasy forest. It's a fantasy, right? We've been sucked into the world of the script, right? Perhaps this is the magic of Beatrice-sama. That dream, maybe it wasn't a dream. Well, a suspicious pink witch cast a weird spell on my script. Jishko. Just for future reference, what's going to happen next in this story? Let's see. It's an adventure story full of twists and turns, and there's lots of I mixed in some apples and honey and let it simmer. Listen, I pretty much wrote without sleeping for 3 days, okay? My head's all fuzzy, but I still made it by the deadline. So that's a really long script if you really wrote 3 days? Actually, it shouldn't be that long. I don't know what I'm talking. That's why, in other words, you don't remember much of what happened in the story either. In other words, you didn't remember what, my lady. Come, my lady, come, my lady. Be my butterfly, sugar, baby. I'm getting lazy. This is really long. If we turned the pages of the script, the story would progress. At any rate, we discussed various ways of escaping from this jungle. No, from this story, and tried putting them into practice. First, we tried physically destroying the script. It seemed that it was protected by magic or something. Magic? In my Umineko story? And no matter how much we stomped on it or kicked it, we couldn't even put a crease in it. Next we tried writing "The End" at the bottom of the current page. At that point, the letters disappeared by themselves, and a different message in red ink rose into view. Unless it is performed to completion, the story will certainly not be ended. You know what? I'm ending it here. My throat fucking hurts. I hope someone watches this shit, and if not, don't worry. This is also for me. I guess I'm doing voice acting practice as well. 'Cause I really wanted to become a voice actor once. I thought my voice is actually unique. Like, for some characters I could be I don't know, I could do a good knockoff SpongeBob or something. But no one wanted me as a voice actor, so I gave that dream up. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you in the next part. Bye bye. Nippa.